What's happening, folks? Thanks for tuning in to MMANYC. This is an abbreviated show today. I'm rolling solo today without my partner in crime, PJ Chu. So today we're going to talk about the Ultimate Fighter 13 finale. It was a good night of fights, and hey, what better a good night of fights than a free night of fights, right? First, we've got to talk about Clay Guida and Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis showed flashes of brilliance and phenomenal stand-up in this amazing spinning back kick off the cage, which is an alteration of the phenomenal kick that we all saw him do against Ben Henderson. But in the end, Clay Guida's hustle and kind of sort of Fitch-like, grinder-esque, work ethic was a little bit too much for Anthony Pettis to overcome. But we'll see what happens with Clay Guida. I don't think in his victory that he necessarily earns a title shot having beat Pettis, because frankly I don't think Pettis nor Guida could beat Gray Maynard or Frankie Edgar or some of these other guys. But in any case, I'm definitely excited about Anthony Pettis being in the UFC. I think he's a phenomenal kid, super young, super talented. We'll definitely see more to come with him. For the Ultimate Fighter finale, we had Ramsey Najim versus Tony Ferguson. Of course, Tony Ferguson earned a knockout against Ramsey, who's a tough kid. I haven't seen the show, The Ultimate Fighter Season 13, throughout the entire season. I think it would be hard to say that many people are fans of Tony Ferguson as a person, because he did come off like an asshole in what he said to Charlie Rader on the show. But in the end, the kid is talented, and hey, you can't deny it. The kid's got skills. He's got strong stand-up, strong boxing, good head movement. He's a grinder. He's a tough dude. I'm interested to see what he's going to do in the future in the welterweight division. Other interesting fights of the night were George Roop versus Josh Grisby. Josh Grisby, of course, coming off of getting grinded by Dustin Poirier from my home state, Louisiana. And George Roop, coming off of a loss to Mark Hominick. But prior to that, George Roop had a highlight reel knockout against the Korean Zombie. So George Roop is a long, lengthy, quick guy. I'm a fan of him, and I was actually glad to see him get the win over Grisby. We'll see what's next. What's next for George Roop? Possibly if Dustin Poirier wins, maybe he faces George Roop. But we'll see. Definitely TKO of Josh Grisby was pretty impressive. Also impressive knockout, we had Scott Jorgensen versus Ken Stone in what ended up being a grind-out win and knockout via ground and pound in the way of Scott Jorgensen, who's an impressive dude and just such a tough guy. I'm definitely a fan. In what was submission of the night, Ruben Duran submitted Francisco Rivera, which was pretty impressive rear naked choke. And it earned him submission of the night, so interested to see what that dude's going to be doing in the future as well. Kyle Kingsbury ended up with the fight of the night honors against Fabio Maldonado, and more important than the fight was actually what Kyle Kingsbury did at the weigh-ins leading up to the fight, coming out with like a bejeweled, rainbow-colored man purse and tapping the homeboy's nuts when he walked up. I don't know what Kyle was thinking. It's some bizarre behavior, but hey, got him fight of the night when he actually did step into the cage, so hey, well earned. Another impressive knockout was what Ed Herman did to Tim Crater. Tim Crater, another boy from Louisiana, my home state. I was hoping for him to get the win, but Ed Herman rocked him. Tim's not necessarily ever been known for his stand-up skills. He's obviously a jiu-jitsu guy. So I think he would have done a little better had he had taken it to the ground against Ed Herman, who also has some good jiu-jitsu. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for my boy Tim Crater.